Thank you everyone for joining in. We will start. First of all, Surendra is not available, and we will be covering for today's session on RealForce, the real estate cloud which is built over Salesforce. Mr. Anurag Agarwal is going to present the webinar and will help us understand how we can save 40% on annual cost with RealForce. Also, how we can use AI into the RealForce, which is a real estate cloud. Without further ado, Anurag, over to you. And also, if anybody have any questions, feel free to drop in on the chat box and we'll be answering those questions after the webinar. Over to you, Anurag. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. So welcome everybody who is joined today. This webinar is being recorded and will be published, so you can share it across to anyone who has missed it today or for general sharing purposes. So in the last two series, we have covered about what is RealForce, what it does, what are the capabilities. And on this webinar or on the previous one, we covered about the pricing structure and the layering of the RealForce and how it competes with competitors. We'll just do a very quick round of recap on that and then talk about today's agenda of how you save costs. What is the overall cost projection when you're using any RealForce platform? And how does your unified reporting works? And what are the features of how an AI system will work on the RealForce platform itself? A very brief background. I'm sure you've seen this before. About us, we are working across the globe for various customers in various technology models and projects. We have major partnerships with SAP plus Salesforce and all of the related products which are being sold by these OEMs. Recently, we've also opened up an AI practice where we're developing personalized AI assistants and use cases for various customers based on their tons of legacy data and the choice of models that we have. And all these are being utilized across 2 continents, developed across 1. And we are actively helping customers to achieve the new Gen AI capabilities along with RealForce. Just a quick recap, what is RealForce? We are the real estate cloud built on CRM, which is the Salesforce system. It is designed to cater to any kind of properties in the world, let's say commercial, residential, short-term leases, flexible workspaces, affordable housing, and any new business models which are coming up in various countries. This is fully built on Salesforce. That means it can sit in your existing ecosystem of Salesforce licenses, or you can start a scratch development from it. We can help you get the procurement from Salesforce and also how to get RealForce on those systems, along with all of the needs, let's say for sales or service cloud or marketing cloud. And you can really work with all of these modules built on top of that. Last time in the last webinar, we got an overview of how the licensing structure of RealForce is. We have a really flat pricing when it comes to managing an unlimited property portfolio across the ecosystem of your business. Whereas the competitors are using per unit or per property pricing, which obviously increases based on your growing business. So the more the businesses or the more properties you acquire for leasing or for maintenance or for operations, the license cost keeps burgeoning. And RealForce tries addressing the problem with keeping a very flat pricing on unlimited number of properties. And this is the true unlimited quota. There is no cap on upper limit or no terms and conditions or a star mark to this unlimited word. Other products are also using variable pricing for a lot of things. Let's say the residential unit is charged with a different pricing set rather than the residential unit. And that means your monthly or a yearly IT budget will really have a lot of items to track and measure. Whereas in RealForce, we have a flat pricing across any kind of businesses. Whereas that means that you have simplified billing model for your IT and for the business as well. We covered in the details of how the licensing works in the last section as well. So I will not pour into much details here, just a recap. The way pricing structure we have kept it lean is basically there are three towers of RealForce users, your system admins, internal staff, and external users. Um, all the internal users, which are system admins or maybe the internal departments of finance or accounting, they are charged a flat license fee, as I show have both per user per month, or if you have want to save on some license costs, you can also go to yearly mode. Um, and this flat fee includes the usage of the RealForce plus the maintenance of all standard features. And external users have the option to always log into the system via portals, which can be built on the same platform. And there you can charge your residents or suppliers if you want to, or you want to absorb the costs. Then you have two licensing models available where the fee is either per login or a flat fee for unlimited number of logins. And obviously this becomes a difficult choice for customers. So you will have reports running in the system advising you which users should be switched to which, so that you always keep optimizing costs no matter which month or day of the year. It does not, it is very flexible. There are no prior contracts required um, from a real force perspective. And then you can very much save and optimize the budgets that you're spending on. Um, Now, the TCO of real force. Why are you saving 40% of your annual costs? Here is a projected graph of how, with your growing businesses and your needs, that the overall TCO of any other competitor product will keep on burgeoning because there is limitations of any platform. And we being on the Salesforce platform, we get an added advantage to be on the rocket of Salesforce that it is accelerating and innovating at such a fast pace. And we are also at that same level that we are continuously adding new features, new support for other clouds, whatever we have. If there is, let's say, a marketing cloud need, um, you can install the marketing cloud on the same system. And what also means that you do not have any data replication overhead, which you want to spend on replicating data between different systems. And you have to wait for systems to replicate to execute certain business processes, which also means the overall turnaround time for your end-to-end business process increases, which is obviously leading to your increased salary budgets, increased IT spends, increased time that is required. So it is adding on to every component here. On RealForce, being on the Salesforce platform, you can keep installing components on the same platform itself. Let's say you do not have any kind of CRM software in the system that you have right now. You start with RealForce, and tomorrow you want to launch a portal where you want to openly sell or allow bookings of your property via an e-commerce type of portfolio. Let's create a portal on the platform itself, which here you can advertise it, and then you can obviously buy or add Commerce Cloud on the same platform to start the enablement of that purchasing power to your consumers. And it can be a B2B business, it can be a B2C business, or both. It can be anything. But whereas if you have any other platform, the versatility of that platform is not that much. That means in the same scenario, if you have to buy an e-commerce platform, you either go for something of Salesforce, let's say, or anything else, and then you have to spend time integrating that platform with your legacy systems or a competitor product. And that means you have a higher uh, go-to-market time, a higher amount of BOM needed on the IT budget where you want to buy the e-commerce platform plus your middleware, a data replication, a lot of backup is required, data storage, and obviously your current ongoing competitor product of your PropTech ecosystem. And you're just adding on costs and the IT landscape, making it more complex day by day to add more features into that. And this is just an example with um, commerce. Let's say tomorrow you want to have data analytics on top of this. In Salesforce, you can use inbuilt capabilities, what you offer from RealForce and from the Salesforce platform itself. bigger data lakes. We have Tableau, which can support a lot of reporting and analytics. Any other platform, you will have to, again, build your own separate data lake. And data lake has to be used with a visualization platform like Power BI or something else. So the tech stack again increases, your GTM again lengthens, and a lot of overhead is there at various touch points. You keep adding the softwares and OEM providers to your bucket. Whereas in RealForce, the overall TCO, we're trying to contain it because one platform is there. The moment if you, let's say, increase even your portfolio, this is a very ideal use case that um, if you today you have 1,000 units or 2,000 units that you're managing on the platform, and tomorrow that unit numbers goes to 5,000, then your existing products or whatever you're using right now are going to also increase their licenses, right? Your TCO always goes higher instantly that you acquire any property. Whereas you save a lot of those costs with the flat pricing on RealForce. And obviously, any other platform that you add onto the system, it's a huge advantage for the businesses to find data and to implement their processes very easily in the platform itself. Unified reporting, we already have a lot of dashboards and reports, which is shown as a sample here, which is coming out of the box. And there are certain processes which you might have already built outside the system, which you don't want to move, but you want to have one single source of truth for your reporting needs. And that means the reporting data has to be available, right? So what RealForce enables is via the data APIs, you can connect any of your legacy platforms or your data lakes or your data platforms to RealForce to bring that data into RealForce. And it can be anything, whatever you're already working with, whatever you're already planning to do, whichever data source it might be, as long as uh, the RealForce APIs can be consumed by that system, which are obviously REST and SOAP based. Um, your data can start flowing into into the RealForce system itself. And as long as the data pipelines are running, you have a continuous flow of data which is being sent across from various systems or even any kind of touch terminals wherever in the properties or um, as advanced as your industry 4.0 electronics, any kind of thing which can connect, all data can come into RealForce with the data pipeline. And once the data is there, the RealForce platform, you have the flexibility to draw your own reports very quickly with a low code platform or actually a no code platform where you can just start with that and cover up all the topics on the platform itself, right? So bring all your data to RealForce and start the reporting itself in the system itself. Don't switch tabs. Do not wait for data to be replicated. Do it instantly in the RealForce platform itself. AI, the biggest of all. Um, Salesforce has a lot of capabilities now with Einstein and Einstein 1 platform. It is going to be available very soon in all of your landscapes or whatever you buy new. And what it gives the flexibility to choose your own LLM, which is suitable to your needs. And with that choice, you can quickly personalize that AI to your business process. It can be as wide as automatically generating lease agreements according to what customer requires, or giving the prompts to your real estate agents who are with the customers to prompt them with very intuitive information about the customer so that they can close deals quickly or service them with your predicted responses and a lot of use cases that you can develop on top of it. So talk to us about what AI can really do to you. It's a question for everyone who is asking us that how does it help real estate businesses? So I talked about a few scenarios which can be used. More can be built once we do a little bit of the business mining inside your organization. So please talk to us of how we can help build AI into your platforms and businesses to help you and increase productivity. Without AI in today's world, it is very difficult to scale up and really improve efficiency. So please use the next best technology in today's century and talk to us about how we can help you guys on this. Any questions? You obviously have reference to this recording, which will be available on YouTube and various platforms, social media. You have any questions about it, what we saw, please email us on sales@realtech.com. You can obviously reach out to me directly as well. I'm available on the public platforms, so my contact information is there. Now I will just wait for a few questions if there is anything in the chat today. Right. So no questions. So no worries. Please email us on anything that you want to clarify or ask, and we'll be happy to take care and answer that. We are available around the globe in United States, India, Canada, and Singapore. Please email us to any of our email IDs, and we'll be happy to respond back. Again, thank you so much, guys, for attending today's webinar. Please, again, a request, please reach out to us for whatever questions you have, and we'll be happy to take care of this. All right. So thank you for your time today.